Assalamu alaikum students. This is direct and inverse proportions lecture 2nd. In first lecture we try to understand direct proportions. What are direct proportions? Okay, in this video let's take some examples and and try to have the concept of the direct proportions in some lucid manner. Okay, so let's try to understand further the concept of direct proportions through some examples. Let's take an example of a clock. So you take a clock and fix its minute hand and 12 at 12. Say for example this is a clock. Fine. So this is a clock. Say it is 12 here, 6, 3 and 9. Let's suppose we fix its minute hand at 12. This is its hour hand, say for example. And observe and try to observe the angle turned through by the minute hand from its original position. The original position of minute hand is 12. Okay, when it rotates, when it undergoes motion, okay, after 15 minutes it will be here, it will be at 3, right? So that means the angle turned will be, originally it was at 12, right? The angle turned here it will be 90. So we can say that from 12 to 3 this minute hand has passed 15 minutes. I'll write down the 15 minutes here, and the angle turned through by the minute hand is 90 degree, right? Okay, so after 15 minutes, after more 15 minutes, the position of this minute hand will be here at 6, right? So original position was here. So the angle turned is, okay, this is 90 and this is another 90. So that means at 15 plus 15, that means 30. At 30 minutes, that means after half an hour, the angle turned will be 180 degree. Okay, and after next 15 minutes, it will be here at 9. So the angle turned will be 90, 90, 180 and 90, 270. So that means at 45 minutes the angle turned through by minute hand will be 270 degree, right? And finally it will reach its original position. So that means it will rotate by a circular angle. So at 60 minutes it will rotate by a circular angle, that means 360 degree. Okay, these are 60 minutes. Fine. Now try to find this T by A. So that means the ratio between time passed, the ratio between time passed and the angle turned. The ratio to the time passed and angle turned, right? Okay, angle turned, this is in degrees, right? Okay, if you can divide these 15 ratio of time passed to angle turned, that means 90, right? 5 3s are 15, 5 1s are 5, 4 5 8s are 40, 3 1s, 3 6 are 18. So that means the ratio will be 1:6, that means 1 by 6, right? So here it will be 30 divided by 180, 3 3 0 0 cancel, 3 1s, 3 6 are 80. So it will be here 1:6. Here again it will be 1:6. The ratio here it will be again 1:6. So what do we observe about T and E? Okay, do they increase together? Yes, they increase together. Okay, originally it was 15. Okay, that angle turned was 90 degree. Okay, so the time passed increased, right? The angle turned also increases. Okay, here you can see the increase in both the parameters. here in this time passed, okay, and in this angle turn, in both of these parameters, okay, there is an increase, and increase can be seen, right? So another question is that is T over A, that means is ratio same? Yes, the ratio is also same. Ratio is also same. So now the question is the angle turned through by the minute hand directly proportional to the time that has passed? So the answer is yes, because the ratio, since the ratio of this T by E is same each time, so we can say that time passed is directly proportional to the angle turned through by minute hand, right? Okay, so from this table we can observe one more thing. See for example, this is T1 is to T2, means 15 is to 30. T1 is 15, T2 is 30. That will be equal to 15. Ones are 15, twos are 30. 1 is to 2. And what about this? Okay, this A1 means 90 is to A2. That means 180. So that will be equal to 90 is to 180. That will also be equal to 1 is to 2. 0, 0, 9 twos are 18. So we can say that T1 is to T2 is equal to A1 is to A2. Okay. Similarly, T2 is to T3 is equal to A2 is to A3, and so on and so forth. So that means when the two parameters are in direct proportion, okay, this thing can also be seen. Okay, so the ratio between the two parameters between this and this will be equal to this and this, right? So we can say that since both parameters show an increase, and their ratio is same each time, so we can say that these two parameters means the time passed is in direct proportional to the angle turned through, right? Okay, let us take another example and find out if they are in the in the direct proportional to each other or not. Say for example, this one of your friends, okay, friend's age and his mother's age. Okay, so let's take another example and find out if they are directly proportional to each other or not. Okay, say for example, this is friend's age. So for example, here say it is age before 5 years, present age. Say for example, here we can present age, and age after 5 years, okay, fine. So say for example, age before 5 years, friend's age before 5 years was, say for example, 10 years, and his mother's age before 5 years was 30 years, right? So present age will be, so for example, present age, the age in 2020, say for example, it will be 15, and 35. Then age after 5 years, it will be 20 and 40. Now try to find out, say for example, this is friend's age F and mother's age M. Okay, fine. So let's try to find out F by M. So this will be 10 divided by 30, that will be equal to 1 by 3, or 1 is to 3, right? Then this 15 divided by 35, 5 3s are 15, 5 7s are 35. So this here it will be 3 is to 7, and here it will be 20 divided by 40, that will be equal to 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, that will be equal to 1:2. You can see that here, here, each time the ratio is different. So that means the ratio is, although here both the parameters, friend's age and mother's age, show an increase, but their ratio is not same. We can say that friend's age, friend's age is not directly proportional to his mother's age, means m, to his mother's age, to m, so that means to his mother's age, right? Okay, so now you can repeat this activity with other friends and write down your observations. Okay, so one thing is clear, that variables increasing or for that matter decreasing together need not always be in direct proportion, as in this case, right? In this case we can easily conclude that the variables, okay, the variables which show increase or which show decrease need not always be in direct proportion. Okay, so since this friend's age and his mother's age, they show an increase, okay, but their ratio is not same, so we can say that f is not directly proportional to m. F means friend's age and m means his mother's age, right? Now observe these three different tables and find if x and y are directly proportional. See, in this, let's take the first case. Okay, you can see here, okay, if you divide these two, if you find the ratio between x and y, you can see that it is 20 divided by 40, right? So 0 0 cancel, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, so the ratio will be 1:2. Here 17 ones are 17, 17 twos, 17 ones are 17, 17 twos are 34. Here it will be 1:2. 14 ones are 14, 14 twos are 28. It will be 1:2. 11 ones are 11, twos are 1:2. 8 ones are 8, twos are 16, 1:2. 5 ones are 5, twos are 10. 1:2, 2 ones are 2, twos are 4, 1. So that means the ratio each time is the same. So we can say that, okay, we can say that this x and y are directly proportional to each other. Okay, there is a decrease, there is a continuous decrease, 20, 17, 14, 11, 8, 5, 2, in case of y, in case of variable y, 40, 34, 28, 22, 16. So there is a continuous decrease, and for that matter the ratio is also same. So they are directly, x and y here in this case are directly proportional to each other. Okay, now let's take the second case. In this case 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, so the ratio is 3:2. 2 5s are 10, 2 4s are 8, so 5:4, so the ratio is different here. So here in this case you can find out that, okay, although there is it's increase, okay, in this variable, in this x and y variables 4, 8, 12, but the ratio is not same. So let's take another this 2 7s are 14, 2 6s are 12, 7:6. Okay, 2 9s are 18, 2 8s are 16, so 9:8. Okay, so the ratio is not same. Okay, now in this case, so this is not here in this case x is not directly proportional to y. Okay, 5 ones are 5, 5 3s are 15, the ratio is 1:3. 8 ones are 8, 8 3s are 24, again 1:3. 12 ones are 12, 3s are 36, 1:3. 15 ones are 15, and 4s are 60. Okay, 1:4, right? So here you can see that the ratio changes. Okay, although it is same in first three observations, 1 2 3, but here it changes. So we can say that this case is also not in this case x and y are not directly proportional to each other. Now I hope that you have understood how we can see whether the two variables are directly proportional to each other or not. Okay, tomorrow we will take some more examples in order to find out the find out the more details about this about the concept of directed proportions. Okay, so till then, Allah Hafiz.